Hey there, Pete Two Finger here. Roger Waters is touring. I was aware he was touring again, but he came out and made the big announcement today. So let's talk a bit about that. I'm a huge Roger Waters fan. We're taking a look at Rolling Stone. Roger Waters plots North American tour, calls on the human race to change or die. Former Pink Floyd member will perform in the round in arenas on a summer trek. A little over a year of wrapping up his monumental Us and Them tour, Roger Waters will return to the road this summer for a North American tour dubbed This Is Not a Drill. He will present an all-new show this time in the round. So he's going to be playing arenas kicking off in July and running all the way to October, a month before Election Day in the United States. So you definitely want to check out his website. The tickets go on sale at the end of the month, January 31st, 10 a.m. local time. In the video, you can see they're rehearsing Comfortably Numb, Cheap, and a solo song called Powers That Be, which is a song I can't wait to hear that again, because that's on an album called Radio Chaos, which I saw that tour 3 times. That was when I took 3.5 grams of psychedelic mushrooms, and the show he did a apocalypse, a nuclear war event where he simulates that at the end of the show, and I suffered Holocaust nightmares for 10 years. So here's a quote from Roger. As the clock ticks faster and faster and faster down to extinction, it seemed like a good thing to make a fuss about that. And that's why I'm going on the road. To be blunt, we need to change the way we organize ourselves as a human race or die. This tour will be part of a global movement by people who are concerned by others to effect the change that is necessary. That's why we're going on the road. That's why we speak to each other in the pubs. That's why this conversation should be on everyone's lips constantly the whole time, because it's super important. I hope you'll all come to the shows. This is not a drill. So, yeah, we saw Us and Them, and he had a lot of it wasn't a lot. There was one song where and originally it was on the Animals album, and it's a very political song called Pigs, Three Different Ones, and one of the pigs this time around, for the imagery, he used Donald Trump. He had him in a little Tykes car. It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing, and the imagery that was great. It was great, and like it said, the world. He had a cardboard sign that he held that said the world is run by pigs. During Dogs, there's a psychedelic freakout part where the synthesizer vocoder dogs are barking. They all put on pig masks, him and the background singers, and sat down and had tea, had champagne. And he held up this sign, the world is run by, they were all wearing pig masks, like terrifying pig masks. And he held up the sign that said the world is run by pigs. And then later on, they used this Donald Trump imagery, and I'm telling you, people flipped out. This was hot on the heels of the election, so a lot of people walked out of the show. A lot of people got really upset, and they were like, he needs to stick to his music, what he does. Like, have you been paying attention? People were like I'm thinking, you paid like $150 to get like good seats to the show, and you didn't expect him to like be political and like take a couple jabs at Donald Trump? Are you kidding me? Roger Waters, the guy went in front of the UN and like had a manifesto. Anyway, there's all this political stuff with him where he doesn't really support Israel so much. So the new tour will be even more political than Us and Them. Us and Them was political and humane, Roger Waters told Rolling Stone. We were listening to songs and looking at the set list today. We're talking about what I should call it. I shouldn't be giving this away, but I don't give a shit because it'll probably change before. Imagine the iconic helicopter that normally comes in the Happiest Days and Brick 2, that noise we all know and love. Imagine a megaphone. Somebody abused this device before, I know, but this is not a drill. I thought that could be a good title for a show. This is not a drill. The ruling class is killing us. As for the content of the tour, Waters said it'll be something new. It'll be no holds barred. My work is to think, well, how can I make rock and roll more interesting or more theatrical or exciting or visual or musical or whatever? That's what I spent the last 50 years doing, expressing myself. So, Roger Waters, so infinitely more graceful in his old age, but he's still Reg. He's still got it. And he's going out in the round. This is going to be good. This is the type of stuff that makes my life worth living. I know I'm not going to be able to stop myself from crying the entire time that I'm there. I'm just going to be completely elated, laughing out loud, laughing like a madman watching this show. And the only thing that bums me out is he's still going to do Comfortably Numb. Like, if you're going to go that way with it, you know, there's stuff off the Final Cut, there's stuff off of Radio Chaos, there's stuff off of Muse to Death, which I know there's the one song on Muse to Death, Perfect Sense. There's a couple things on there that hopefully he'll do. So yeah, Waters is coming in the round. However he does it, it's going to be mind-blowingly great. Everything this guy does, I've seen all of his tours. Yeah, the band's changed over the years. He had a real weird way of playing the songs live when he first kind of came around. And he had a hard time. I mean, Pink Floyd, they outsold him. But I've seen both of the tours. I saw the David Gilmour's version of Pink Floyd without Roger Waters, and it was great. But nothing beats a Roger Waters solo tour show. If you've never seen one of these things, you've got to go. It's unbelievable. There's nothing like it. It's so much on a different level. And at times it can be really overwhelming. It really can. You know, it's heavy duty. This is heavy duty stuff. This isn't, smoke weed or take acid and go to this thing. You want to be completely sober, because it's going to be more than enough to lay waste to your soul. It's something you're never going to forget. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Roger Waters in the round. Those tickets are going on sale. He'll probably he adds more dates, and it's pretty easy to get tickets for these shows. But it'll be interesting to see I really don't think that this is the curtain call. There's going to be at least one more, and it really depends on the election. You know, we might not see another tour if a Democrat gets it in office, and then if something happens with Roger's health, you know. Anyway, you guys, yeah, I am so happy. Like I said, this is the stuff that gives me the will to live, and I know there's at least one person who watches my videos who will be attending this event. I know for sure. And again, if you've never went, Roger Waters is the bass player and lyricist from Pink Floyd. So, like all that cool stuff you heard about their concerts when you were a kid, that's all him. It's not the other guys. So this is like, he's 75. You should kind of go. He doesn't charge a lot for the tickets either. So, kind of don't really concern yourself with the political stuff. Just go. Because there's nothing like it. These are like the Nazi rallies, the Nuremberg, like it's on that level. It's like propaganda, mind fuck, like everything is tuned perfectly to fuck with your head. And seriously, this is some hardcore shit. And I every time I go, there'll always be people who get up and start yelling and dancing and screaming and filming when We Don't Need No Education comes on. These people, they're always there in throngs. They have no idea. Like, they were completely shocked. Like, they got all bent out of shape. Like, he needs to stick to his music. Can you believe it? Anyway, this one's going to be really good. Maybe we should talk about the title of the show. This is Not a Drill. I've heard him talk about this thing, this realization that he had. He wrote about it in Dark Side of the Moon, in Time. I look up the lyrics for Time and it says Time, Pink Floyd, live, delicate sound of thunder. So somehow they're pimping that this song is on Delicate Sound of Thunder. It's Dark Side of the Moon. Like, anyway, yeah, the lawyers, they really, I wonder if there's any lyrical difference. Anyway, part of the middle part of the song, it says, tired of lying in the sunshine, staying home and watch for rain. You are young and life is long and there is time to kill today. And then one day you find 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. And that's Roger talking about a realization that he had, that it isn't like you live your life and then you die and go to heaven and then there's a whole nother chance for you to do what you need to do. That this is it. And you need to get it in gear and do what you need to do. And so he had some kind of epiphany, and ever since then he was like a workaholic and he really kicked ass and got a lot done. And that's what that lyric goes back to, that thing that he has. This is not a drill. This is your life. So that's part of the meaning of that, and he's twisting it towards this apocalyptical, we need to change or we're going to die. Like, which there's a lot of like climate change stuff going on where people are starting to really dig in and get upset about the lies and the money that's been made. Anyway, like I said, I don't want to get all political about it. I just wanted to let you guys know and talk a little bit about my relationship with that music and how much, like, I can't believe that I'm as old as I am and there's a Roger Waters event in my life and I have that to look forward to. It's such a beautiful thing. All right, you guys, good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Peace.